Guys, welcome back to my channel. My first ever rebuild in EAFC is with Manchester City. They are one of the best sides in the league and obviously in the world as well after winning the Champions League. But the catch is with this rebuild, at every defeat I'm gonna have to release a random player from my team. Let's see how this goes with Manchester City. Guys, City are revealing the new manager Expert Khan here in EAFC. First appearance. Oh, he's looking absolutely handsome. He's young, 30 years of age, and he's managing the biggest club in world football at the moment. Guys, looking at the menu of EFC for the first time, well, not really for the first time, I checked it out yesterday. It's quite similar to FIFA 2023, the last season one, but a bit of changes being made. Let's see if Manchester City's academy is any good. Oh, they've got one player, 66 overall, Antoine Fournier, French international. I'm gonna have to promote him to the senior team. But first thing first, guys, let's look at the team. Looks like we have got fantastic players. So release a player from the starting 11, okay? That's not starting 11 and the substitute bench, not anyone from the reserves, because that's going to be just tricking your way around the mission or challenge, sorry. So this is my starting 11. Stones is there, Diaz is there, Nathan Ake. I'm a bit iffy if he's going to start. I'm going to have to put Stones on the left back position. Nathan Ake replaced by Guardiola, Rodri, Kovacic, Alvarez, Calvin Phillips, and Akanji is 82 as well. Foden, Grealish, and Haaland up front. Is that the Manchester City's team? I'm not quite sure. Am I missing something? Yeah, Jeremy Doku, he's only 77. It's going to have to be on the sub bench for now. And for my tactics guy, I'm going to be trying to play tiki-taka, park the post, no counter-attack, kick and rush, no standard, no wing play, no. I think tiki-taka Man City play with. So pressure on the heavy touch. Well, team width is 40. Depth, I'm going to go with 60s. Yeah, 64.5 is decent for me. So £240 million to spend in first season with Manchester City. This is going to be a quick rebuild, although I'm going to be playing most of the games. Well, not most of the game. I'm going to be simulating most of the games and play a few, probably once a month. According to the FIFA calendar, sorry, the EAFC calendar. So this is a new addition to the new FIFA game. Okay, well, actually I said it wrong again. EAFC game. So this is sorry, where is it gone? Team strategy. I'm gonna go with tiki taka, and let's see if I can actually change it. No, I think I'm gonna, yeah, tiki taka is something that I really like City to play with. So this is my starting 11, and my tactics are tiki-taka. Pep is known to do that with Barcelona and Bayern. And looking at the objectives, guys, they're saying sign one player from the youth academy, defend the position, and sign 3 players in the Asia. Why do I have to do that? Anyways, 5 streaks, and win the Champions League, win the Premier Leagues, and win the FA Cup. In short, guys, they really want me to do a treble. So guys, I'm going to start my career off with a world class, but let's see how I get on, and I might have to change it back to a professional that I play with regularly. But this is a new game, so I'm just testing the waters in this Charity Shield match against the Gunners. Guys, this seems a bit new, so I'm hearing that no handshakes before the game, probably because there are no handshakes, I think, since the COVID days or something. I'm not quite sure, but this is something. Well, actually, they are doing the tipping of the coin. They are kind of taking focus as well, so I'm not quite sure what is different. But anyways, big game here at Wembley. It is Manchester City versus Arsenal. Oh, this is really tough, guys. World class is really. Oh, penalty has been given. Ruben Diaz bringing down Saka in the box. Who's gonna take it? Saka. His Edison can save it. No, down the middle, and Saka have scored for Arsenal. And not the start Expert Khan wanted with Manchester City. Half an hour on the clock. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 0. And here's Gabriel Jesus. Goal. What a save by Edison. Keeping it 1-0. Gone past Gabriel. He should be scoring. Should slot it in. Oh, yes, he does. City are level. And now we're on the clock. Is the Argentinian, the World Cup winner, scores for Manchester City. I think second half it has been a bit on the City side. And Alvarez proved his point there. He's got Ake in support. Is he going to do something? Ake is going to shoot. He does, and he hits the post. Chance again, and what a save. Ake Oh, finally in the stoppage time, it is the new summer signing for Arsenal, Declan Rice, giving the Gunners 2-1 victory. No chance they're coming back from here. And first game of the season has been a defeat in the Community Shield to the Gunners. That means we'll have to release one of our players. So guys, first game of the season and it was a defeat. Now we are up against Sevilla in the UEFA Super Cup, and that could mean second defeat, but I'm going to be quick simming this one and see if you can actually not lose the second game of the... And the result is 2-1. What a game. Grealish and Foden with the goal for City. First game of the league is against Burnley away from home. I'm not going to be making any changes. Just quick sim the game and see we don't lose this game or draw. That is okay. Julian Alvarez scoring the equaliser late on for City, but not a convincing start from expert Khan and his club. Guys, this is the team we're playing next, and it's in Manchester City. They've got the oil money, but they're not spent it yet. Let's go to the kickoff and see what we are up against. I'm not going to be making any changes. Let's go to the game. Guys, a miscommunication with the controls again in this game, and results a corner to Newcastle, and has been a penalty again. They have been penalised. I think it's Grealish this time, and City are going to concede yet another penalty. And this time's only in the 3rd minute. It's going to be Isak versus Ederson. Ederson doing the trick, but it's not going to work with Isak. He's brutal. 1-0 to Man City already. Kyle Walker making a run in. Haaland, who's yet to score, shoots. Ooh, that was aiming for the top corner in the net. Is Isak versus Diaz. Diaz does well. No, he doesn't. Ederson. Oh, another goal past Ederson, and that is another... 20 minutes in, that's another goal for Newcastle, and quite possibly, we'll have to release 2 players. And guys, final result was City 2, Newcastle 4. Almiron got 2 goals in the second half. Bruno Guimaraes and Ishak got the first 2 goals for Newcastle. Grealish and Alvarez got 2 goals for City. That's another defeat and another player out of the club. So at the moment, I've got Calvin Phillips that I'm thinking of releasing because we don't even play him. And if we were to release Ortega, can we get a replacement? Oh, De Bruyne is on the sub bench. He should be coming on. That's good that he was on the sub bench, or else we quite possibly had to get rid of this guy. But anyways, I'm going to put De Bruyne under the starting 11. Kovacic goes onto the sub bench. But that is from the next defeat if you were to lose a second time. Alvarez goes off. There's so many players that can possibly start in the starting 11. Calvin Phillips will have to be released, as well as possibly Ake. We'll have to get rid of Ake and Alvarez. So Ake is out of the club. He is gone. Is he? Yes, he is gone. 6.6 million we'll have to pay him or his agent, whatever. And the other player, Walker, he could be going. He's 33. It's best I release him instead of Calvin Phillips. Oh, I'm supposed to release Calvin Phillips, but I didn't. I'm gonna have to release. I've released Ake. I can't release another defender. No, not for anything. So Calvin Phillips, who is 79, will have to go and released by the club. 6.8 million. So that is 2 players down already, guys. So one more thing I'm going to tell you, that I'm going to start playing with professional because world class is a bit too hard for me. I'm not used to FIFA. I've been playing PES all the time. I have been playing FIFA since the FIFA 22, so it's going to have to be professional. Guys, the Champions League is here and we are playing Leipzig. I'm going to be quick simming this game again and see if we can actually take 3 points. Oh, 3-1 defeat, so another player that have to be released, but this time is Rodrigo, who's been sent off. That's Rodri, who scored in the final in the previous year. So this is the team I'm playing. It's Brentford in the Carabao Cup. I'm going to have to take some players to the rest. So guys, I quick sim the game and we managed to beat Brentford on penalty shootout. Kyle Walker, the man who was about to be released by the club, scores the winning penalty, and City are into round 4. Guys, looking at the result as we are already in the middle of October, 2 more defeats, 1 to Leipzig of course and 1 to Wolverhampton Wanderers away from home. That means 2 players are going to have to be released in the next summer window. But now let's go to the game against Brighton and see if we can actually take 3 points of these guys. Kovacic So for some reason he's not happy. He's going to have to be taken off for Bernardo Silva. Jeremy Doku, I've not used him. I've not used it. I've got two goalkeepers on the sub bench. Let's take Stefan off, put Nunes there. He's the former Wolverhampton player we signed in the last day of the City signed in the last day of the transfer window, I think. So anyways, Jeremy Doku gets a nod ahead of Foden. So Doku, I've not used him so far this season, so he's into the starting 11. Let's see if he can actually beat Brighton and take 3 points of them. Here's Bernardo Silva looking for Haaland. Finds Grealish. Has he got support? Oh, he's already into the box. Should slot it in. Oh, what a save. But rebound. Haaland misses its opportunity. City could have been 1-0 up here. But what a double save by the goalkeeper. I think it is. I'm not quite sure who the goalkeeper is, but what a save. This should be offside. Here's Haaland. Oh, what's a ball to Bernardo Silva. 1-0 to Manchester City. 12 minutes into the game. And the Spaniard scores for City. His first goal of the season. What a turn by Haaland. And what a run by Silva. No one tracking him. And he scores easily. Oh, chance again for Bernardo Silva. Oh, 2-0, easy as you like. City 2-0 up in the first 15 minutes of the game. Brighton cannot play with Haaland and co. An expert Khan team is rocking again for the title. And final result, it was 3-0 to Man City. Foden adding another in the second half. 3 points to Man City. Guys, just to change things a little or to alter things, I said I'm going to release a player every defeat, but these are too many defeats here and the game won't let me. So what I'm doing now, every home defeat I'm going to release a player, and every defeat in the final. So home defeat was to Leipzig and Newcastle, and the defeat against Arsenal. So that is 3 defeats eligible. So I'm going to have to sell another player in the next summer window, and I can only sign 2 players every transfer window, and 1 in the actually 3 players every transfer window, every summer transfer window, and 1 in the January transfer window. The rules apply same as the one we had in FIFA 23. But for now, guys, big game against Liverpool. Gakpo, Salah and Diaz. Let's check our team and see if we can actually compete with them. Who's Mohamed Salah, by far the highest goal scorer for Liverpool with 13 goals so far this season. So any changes that I need, I think Bernardo Silva scored 2 goals in the previous game against Brighton, the one I actually played. So I'm going to have to be using him, and Doku plays instead of Grealish. Foden takes his spot. And again, we can't have 2 goalkeepers on the sub bench. And the next player to be released would be probably Kovacic, because he's the oldest of the lot. Or probably a Akanji, because he's just not happy with his performances for some reason. Here's Haaland running out the defence. He's gone past 2 players and into the top corner. City 1-0 to the good against Liverpool. And what a solo run by Haaland. No one really stopping him. He was like a tractor in the middle of the park. Alisson beaten. And City 1 goal to the good against Liverpool. Foden's going to be taken. Oh, I've got a trick to show you guys outside of the foot. 3.5 power. Is he going to curl it in? No, he's not. Here's Jeremy Doku, not used. Oh, foul. But I think John Stones is going to carry on, passes on to Haaland. Is he going to score? Is he going to slot it in? And Alisson beaten 5 minutes into the second half. 2-0 to Manchester City. Liverpool not getting close enough. Poor defending by City. Poor defending by Liverpool, sorry. And the final result is 3-1. Liverpool got 1 back. Well, actually, Stones scored the 3rd goal for City, and Mohamed Salah got 1 back for Liverpool. Too little, too late. 3 points to City again. Guys, looking at the results in December, another defeat at home. That is another player going out of the club for free in the next transfer window. But apart from that, 3-1 victory over Lech Poznan, 3-1 victory over Luton. Now a big game against Brentford. But before that, let's go check the table. Oh, City are somewhat 5th in the table, 13 points behind Liverpool. 4 draws and 4 defeats for expert Khan and his team. Not looking good. Wolves are in the mix for the title race. They are 8 points behind Liverpool. They're not going to win the title. Can get into Europe next season. Newcastle United And Manchester United as well as Chelsea struggling just in the top half of the table. Bottom Burnley, Luton and Sheffield United struggling to pick up points. The three teams that were promoted might well be going back down straight to the Championship. First press conference against Brentford here. Is it Brentford that we're playing? Yes, we are playing Brentford. And can the team still make the title bid? Yes, we'll keep fighting. The morale is somewhat down under expert count ever since the Pep Guardiola era ended. Teamwork wins games. Definitely, that is true. And the final question: Can you keep this great run going? I think there's more to come here. So we're playing Brentford, and looking at the team, guys, we actually played them in the Europa League when we were defeated, I think, on penalty shootout. No, we actually beat them on penalty shootout. Where did we get knocked out? In the Carabao Cup? I'm not quite sure, but this is the Premier League game, and let's go to the game and see if we can actually take another 3 points in the league. Yeah, Kovacic is somewhat so angry. He's going to have to be taken off. I don't like this bad vibes in my team. Bernardo Silva makes to the starting 11. Jeremy Doku is in for Grealish. Haaland up front. 91 overall. What a player he's turned out to be. And this time we'll have to just give Kanji some game time. Nunes is in there as well. Central midfielder. Let's see if we can actually change him for Rodri and change the morale a bit. I think Kovacic is really asking for a new contract, but he's not in our plans for next season. He's going to get released in the January transfer window. And final result is convincing win for Manchester City. I did play the game, but the mic was off, couldn't record it. But you can see the first two goals going in. Haaland also missed a penalty in the 86th minute, or else it could have been 5-0. Guys, in midway point of the season, and we are 13 points against Liverpool. They have not dropped a point. We haven't dropped a point, but we are in the Champions League spot. That is a good sign. But a big game against Plymouth Argyle is awaiting us in 3-4 days. I think it's going to be played this week. Let's go to the calendar and check it out when we're playing Plymouth. Yes, next Wednesday. That'll be a massive game. Let's go to the game. Let's go to Newcastle. Newcastle 1-1 draw. That is a big draw away from home. But for now, against Plymouth Argyle, who took a draw in the first game. But let's see if they can actually beat us, but let's hope we win and we go through to the next round. I'm making the changes that I would like to do. Diaz is going to be resting ahead of Kanji. Nunes comes in for Rodri. This is my team into the second game against Plymouth Argyle. We definitely can't go out in this stage. At Moulton Road it is, and 3-1 Foden with 2 goals in the second half. Jeremy Doku with yet another goal for City. Guys, in end of January and looking at the table, guys, we are somewhat in pole position. Round 4 game against Manchester United in the Emirates FA Cup. But I'm wanting to check the Premier League table, and 13 points behind Liverpool, 5 draws, 4 defeats. A big FA Cup game in round 4 for City as well as Manchester United. Let's see who we can rotate. Kovacic goes off for Alvarez. Yeah, Alvarez is going to have to jump on for Kovacic. Jeremy Doku, I really like playing with this guy. He's fluent with the passes. And Nunes comes in for Rodri. So these are the 3 changes I'm going with. Of course, the goalkeeper, Ederson, has to be replaced by Ortega, just to rotate, change things around. So that's my starting 11 against Manchester United in round 4. Oh, look at this cutscene just before the game at Wembley. This is absolutely fantastic addition to the game. I was opted to do Manchester United rebuild with Rasmus Højlund as the main figure in the career mode, but I'm not sure Man City's better off. I've got it on my list of moves. So a big game in the FA Cup round 4. Players are looking at each other thinking, who is going to round 5. And oh, chance for United, and it's Anthony 3-on-1 at the moment. Kyle Walker. Oh, he tries diving in, and Ortega has been beaten 10 minutes into the game. City defence looking at each other, but it's all their fault, guys. There's only one defender back, and that was Kyle Walker. Poor start from City. United 1-0 to the good. Oh, you can't be scoring here, United, or else City. Oh, it was offside anyway, but very, very lucky Manchester City's defence at the back. United rattling them here at the Etihad. Foden looking for the run. He's gone past Luke Shaw on the outside. Haaland in support. Is he going to shoot? Oh, past the post. What an effort by the big Norwegian. And then I can't control my menu with my gaming pad. Here's Haaland. Chance for City. Chance for City. What a defending at the back. It was... I'm not quite sure who it was. I think Casemiro come back to help United get this sorted ASAP, because it's a bit annoying, and especially when you're playing... When you've been playing such a good game in FIFA 23 and you come to this new version and it's not as good, and the final whistle has been blown at the City Stadium, and United have gone through to round 5. Poor disappointment here for City. I beg your pardon. United really came out strong in the first half, and they march on to round 5. And guys, we are in the round of 16 of the Champions League. I even forgot to check the table. Looking at the tables, we actually came second to Leipzig. That is poor from City again. And round of 16, City play Atletico Madrid, and Arsenal Real Madrid. What a tie that would be. Lens playing Porto, United Inter, Barcelona Bayern Munich. Europa League looks like this. AC Milan are up against Toulouse, Sevilla, Panathinaikos. No English side I can see. Oh, this is the preliminary round anyway. So the Europa Conference League, Rangers are the only British side I can see in the preliminary round. Guys, a big game at the City ground. We are going to be quick simming this one, and hopefully we can beat Atletico. And 1-0 Foden with the goal late in the second half. City 1, Atletico Madrid 0 in the first leg. End of March, and a big game against Arsenal after beating Atletico Madrid in the second leg 3-1. We march on to the quarterfinals, beating Brighton away from home 4-1 and winning against United 2-1 at home. Let's go check the table and see where we are in the Premier League. We're currently sitting third, and I think somewhat comfortably we can get into the Champions League for next season. Because we can get into the Champions League for next season, I'm going to simulate the matches all the way to the Champions League quarterfinals against Lens. RC Lens, they are a tricky side. Let's see if we can overcome them in the quarters and make ourselves through in the semis. Quick save and a 1-1 draw. That is a bit tricky going into the second leg. Frankowski was sent off 65 minutes on the clock. Akanji did equalise for City 2 minutes later. So guys, it is all to play for in the second leg at Manchester City Etihad Stadium. Looking at the team, guys, I'm going to have to make some changes. Haaland is requiring some rest, but Nunes comes on for Rodri, and Grealish is going to be replaced by Jeremy Doku. Defence looks tired. Everywhere we look tired because we're short of players. But now let's go to the Champions League quarterfinals and see if we can actually beat the French side. Defenders tries coming back. Haaland's in there. Jeremy Doku should score, and great defending. Oh, it's been a penalty here. RC Lens have been penalised. Not quite sure if he actually hit his hand, but Medina has been penalised. I think, yeah, the ball wobbled up into his hand. And don't tell me how to take penalties. Haaland against the goalkeeper, centre of the net. 10 minutes into the game, City 1-0 on the night and 2-1 up on aggregate. Yes, it is coming back to City. Haaland, De Bruyne should be 2-0, and it is 2-0. Lens are being showed how to play football at Manchester here. Kevin De Bruyne doubles the lead on the night, 2-0 on the night for City and 3-1 on aggregate. They're one step into the semis. And the final result, it was 3-0 in Manchester. De Bruyne with another goal in the second half. RC Lens going back home with nothing. Oh, big Champions League night it is. Against Paris Saint-Germain, hoping that we can take it to the second leg at home with something to play for. I'm going to quick sim the game. 1-1. What a draw this is for City. Let's see at home if we can actually beat them and get into the Champions League final. Guys, a massive game here in the Champions League in the careers of these players. They've already won it once last season. Can they really do it again? Jeremy Doku is going to be coming on for Grealish. And then Haaland is half fit, boys. I'm going to have to risk him. Or shall I just put Alvarez on? I think I'll put Alvarez on. So this is my team going into the game against PSG with 1-1 from the first game. What's an entry to the game at the City of Manchester Stadium, the Etihad Stadium. And it is Manchester City versus PSG. 1-1 from the first game. This can go to the wire, guys. I'm telling you. Two heavyweights in the Champions League collide in the semi-final. Expert can't chance to retain the Champions League in his first season with Manchester City. This is something he has to prove his point. Alvarez in the middle. De Bruyne. Lost for words. De Bruyne. What a save from the goalkeeper. Onto De Bruyne. He's going to curl in with his left foot. Another great save from the goalkeeper. Jeremy Doku wins. Here's Rodri looking for a pass. Finds Foden. Was on his weaker foot. He's going to slot it in. What's he done? Grealish, chance here. Chance for Guardiola. What a save by Donnarumma. That is absolutely fantastic. Short corner again. Grealish into the box. Is he going to shoot? He does over the bar. Oh my God, Guardiola has to do something. What a save. And a penalty has been awarded to PSG late in the game. Guardiola brings his man down in the box. Is it? Yes, it is in the box. Dembele. And he beats Ederson. 1-0 to PSG in the 87th minute. This wasn't in the script for Expert Khan. How can it be 1-0 to PSG and 2-1 on the night? Little over 3 minutes remaining now for City to get the goal back and take the game to extra time. Only if they get a huge chunk of stoppages. And what has happened? Not in the script, and that's it. PSG march on to the final. A defeat in the semis for City. A defeat in the semis, and PSG march on to the final. Poor results in terms of City.